I'm in Skardu Valley today and I can't begin to describe how excited I am for this leg of the trip. We'll be spending the day in and around the highest core deserts in the world. I love the mountains, I love off-roading, I love the desert, and honestly this place is kind of like the Moab of Pakistan and it's got me really excited.
So far on our trip, we've explored Hunza, Minapin, Biachar and several of the Rakaposhi viewpoints. Today is the fourth day of our trip and we're headed to Skardu for the Sarfaranga Cold Desert Rally. If you're here just for the rally, you can skip ahead to the 10-minute mark. Today our journey begins with a quick visit to the highest natural cricket ground in the world. Sketchy track opens up to a parking lot next to the trailhead. From there it's just a short walk to this natural cricket stadium. As you approach the ground you can see what makes this place special. Mighty Rakaposhi sits as an umpire watching over the matches. Since this is a natural stadium, there are no seating arrangements. Pick a spot on the hill and climb up for a prime view of the games. We had a short 30 minutes to spend here, so we couldn't watch the match that was scheduled for today. But now we're back on track as we start our journey towards Skardu. We had a quick stop in Gilgit to fuel up, use the ATM and stretch our legs. From here it was going to be a 4 to 5 hour journey to Skardu depending on the conditions. Since this was my first time going to Skardu, I was really excited to see how the landscape changes as we get closer. And what we saw far exceeded my expectations. One final stop for fries and jalebi was all we needed for the final push to Skardu. We finally arrived in Skardu and first things first, we have to check into our accommodations and then get some dinner. Boys and I went out to try and fix the uneven air suspension height. It was the last thing we had to do before calling it a night. Tomorrow we're finally going to explore Skardu. It's day 5 of our trip, and this morning our hosts include some cute farm animals. An hour or so before I got out of bed, the boys went to go pick up Valid's parents and Vase's sister and brother-in-law from the airport. They'll be joining us over the next few days while we explore Skardu. As soon as we got to Sarfaranga, my heart felt at peace. It had been a year and a half since I left the US, and until now I'd been unable to spend any time in the high desert. Sarfaranga sits right next to Katpana Desert, the highest cold desert in the world, and it's only off by a few feet in elevation. The only thing that would have made this experience better was an ungodly amount of ammunition and firewood. Given this was the day before the rally, we were lucky to even be allowed near the tracks. Incredibly fun and long overdue. This was my life every other weekend in Oregon. Head up to the mountains or high desert and off-road to some remote places to camp. I felt like I was missing a big part of me since moving to Pakistan, but now Skardu is easily my top destination for the north. We spent quite a bit of time at Sarfaranga, but we still had daylight to burn, so we decided to go to an alpine lake. Relatively short drive, we made it to Upper Kachura Lake. This is one of Pakistan's highest natural freshwater lakes that is accessible. It was formed by glacial activity nearly 10,000 years ago. After a long day, it was finally time to wind down and have some dinner. The perks of traveling with families is that dinner is usually in much nicer places than we'd consider if it was just the boys. It is day 8 of our journey, and yes, there are 2 days missing, and I'll make a separate video about what we did in that time. But now, it's time for what we've all been waiting for, the highest cold desert rally in the world. As an off-road enthusiast who spent 8 years exploring the US, it made me happier than ever to see a growing off-road community in Pakistan. Wraps up this video, but before I let you go, here's some bonus footage of an ancient Buddha rock carving in Skardu. This thing dates back to the 8th century. And that is the end of our trip. Now we've got a 15-hour drive back to Islamabad, and it's probably going to take much longer because of the landslides. We are missing 2 to 3 days from this video when we explored some waterfalls and Deosai National Park, so you can expect 2 more videos coming from this trip soon. As always, thank you for watching, and be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and comment down below where you'd like us to visit next. Until next time, Allah Hafiz.
with a view.